Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. Welcome to the new season of With All Due Respect. Now, before I start today's episode, I would like to tell our followers and Ghanaians about the new changes we have made. We have officially launched the Loud Silence Radio and TV. Everyone will have the opportunity to watch and listen to this show live on the Loud Silence Radio app and also live on YouTube and Facebook, like usual. Now, this is what is really new and exciting. The version we will be broadcasting on Loud Silence Radio will be called With All Due Respect Extended Version. The one on radio will be called With All Due Respect Extended Version. We realized that our dear followers wanted to be parts of the discussion. They wanted to call in and express their views and concerns. Most of our fans also wanted to hear, yes, most of them wanted to hear from experts, professionals, and politicians who one way or the other may or may not be connected to the topic we speak on. Here on Facebook will be the preamble. So I will do the preamble on Facebook. I will touch on some key points and do an in-depth analysis the next day on the TV network. So for all the facts and no noise, you need to download the Loud Silence Radio app on your Android or on the iOS device. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch us live from anywhere in the world. Remember, you can also watch us live on the radio app by clicking on the video icon on the button. So it's a full package for With All Due Respect followers and new followers. Now to today's scandal. With all due respect, to be citizens as we were charged by the president to be, we must be consistent, objective, fair and blatant in our critique of the system. We should not be selective when it comes to speaking against crime irrespective of our political affiliation. What was bad yesterday must be spoken against today because it is equally as evil. The PDS scandal has still got more to offer, yes. The likes of Gabby Otchere, Phillip Ayensu, Ken Oforiatta, Edward Akufo, the president's brother, Bounty, and the president himself have lied to us Ghanaians because they thought they could get away with crime without any consequences. In fact, when the Herald newspaper broke the PDS story and other outlets like With All Due Respect made sure the story was heard and explained to Ghanaians on how the president's family deliberately wanted to sell our national asset, which is ECG, to themselves and their friends, some Ghanaians thought our actions as journalists was backed by hatred for some people in government. My fellow Ghanaians, to be responsible citizens, we ought to be alert and keep our eyes focused, or else we will be swayed by certain people who have developed the bravado. Yes, the bravado of calling themselves smart. Yes, smart thieves. Prosecution must begin, and an independent investigator or investigation must commence into this criminality. We can't just let such criminal or criminality disappear just because a group of family members think they own this country. My fellow Ghanaians, there is still more to this PDS saga. My fellow Ghanaians, there is still more to this PDS saga than we know. Gabby Otchere cannot, and I repeat, cannot absolve himself from this deal which has a cooked tribe agenda. Today, I am going to play a piece of an audio between Gabby Otchere, Phillip Ayensu, and Edward Akufo, the Bounty, the president's only brother, on how they tried to force Phillip Ayensu to give up his shares in the PDS deal. I hope we still remember the Thriller in Manilla WhatsApp group. This group, yes, the Thriller in Manilla WhatsApp group. We should also not forget that Gabby Otchere made it emphatically clear on Paul Addo-Otchere's Good Evening Ghana show that he has never involved in PDS and that he has nothing to do with it. This is what he said on Paul Addo-Otchere's Good Evening Ghana show.
I sit in a very, very sensitive position and I use it intelligently and I know where my allegiances are, okay? So what I tend to do, and it's part of my practice, I always try to find how you can, and I would not interfere in the government process. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will not interfere.
Now, I have decided to do this because I have been contacted. Yes, I have been contacted by the Inspector General in the United States to present my evidence and expose the people who committed this outrageous crime in stealing the American taxpayers' money. Now, let me refresh the minds of Ghanaians quickly. The PSP concession was started by the former government. That we all know. Yes, we all know about that. We also know the terms of the concession at that time to be 80% foreign stake and 20% local stake. This was not decided by the then government. It was not decided by the NDC, but was decided by the IFC consultants who worked with, listen, IFC consultants who worked together with Bentil Echel and Ankuma law firm. Yes, Bentil Echel and Ankuma law firm after thorough process. The reason assigned to this position was it was difficult to find a group of local parties with the requisite financial muscle to take a higher stake in the transaction. They also didn't want the concession to be faced with any issues. The position was also to enable the local parties over time build capacity both in technical and financial to take in more shares after 5 years of the implementation of the concession. Let us clear a misconception here. This concession is about bringing in a private company to manage ECG and also to inject a minimum capital of 500 million private money into ECG over 5 years. This management would continue for 20 years and thereafter give the company back to Ghana government. Now, there's something people should know. PDS deal is Zoom Lion and Zoom Lion is PDS. Finished. Why do I say this? After NPP won power, Zoom Lion realizing he has less political clout in the new administration, he decided to recruit Phillip Ayensu to front and see the successful completion of the ECG concession. A process which they, when I say they, mean Zoom Lion, had started during the former administration. Yes, they started this whole thing during the NDC era. According to MEDA, that is the Millennium Development Authority, the local Ghanaian companies that formed partnership with Miracle to win the concession are TG Energy, TGS Energy, and Santa Baron Ventures. Now I would like to ask, who is GTS Engineering and who brought him into the deal? The answer is simple. After Phillip had accepted to run with a deal from Zoom Lion, he went to present it to Gabby Otchere Darko. Yes, after Phillip Ayensu had accepted to run with a deal from Zoom Lion, he went to present it to Gabby as his deal, which he started working on during the old regime. As to whether Phillip expected Gabby to believe him or not, only God knows. Gabby decided, after hearing Phillip, to introduce Phillip to Fred Asimeni. Fred used to work with Barclays Bank and later moved to the energy sector. He is a close friend to the president and his family. Fred has played varying roles to the president through his brother Bamti on many energy-related matters even before Akufo Addo became president. So GTS, yes, GTS Energy, which is the trading name used for the formation of PDS, is ably represented by Fred Asimeni to front for Gabby, Ken Oforiatta, Bamti, Kelly Gajapo, and the president. Yes, the third name on the local side of PDS is Santa Power, or we call Santa Baron Ventures. People remember it is this same guy who was given a contract to supply special fleets of vehicles for the NPP administration. This contract became an issue of public ridicule when Akufo Addo's government took over. Now, let me ask, how did Santa Baron feature into this deal? What role did Sami Awuku, Anthony Kabo, and Perry Okujato play in this PDS deal? Now, you will know that the transaction required the local consortium to show some financial muscle in terms of good balance sheet to meet the drawn-down criteria. Sami Awuku, who is a very close friend to Santa Baron, reached out to him after Perry and Anthony Kabo, through their engagement with Safaya Koko, engaged the duo to find a suitable candidate with a good balance sheet. So let me say here, Santa Power, which is the trading name under the PDS deal, was introduced by Sami Awuku, Anthony Kabo, and Perry Okujato. Yes, Santa Power, which is the trading name under the PDS deal, was introduced by Sami Awuku, yes, Anthony Kabo, and Perry Okujato. These three guys all had shares in PDS under the Santa Power block shares. So the argument making around that Phillip Ayensu brought in Santa Baron is not true, and it's emphatic. Now, I know Sami Awuku and co will come out and deny this, but let me assure them that we have their video footage over a meeting they had with Kennedy Ejapong. Yes. Now, I know they are going to come out They are going to come out hard and deny. But let me assure them again that we have their video footage of a meeting they had with Kennedy Ejapon at his plush apartment at Movenpick, where Kennedy Ejapon was seen to be advising the duo on the need for them to abandon any interest in the PDS deal, because Kennedy Ejapon told them, he told them in their faces that the president, his brother Bumpty, and the Oforiates were greedy people, and that these young guys were supposed to step away from this deal because this PDS deal was going to crash. Now, how did TBK become part of this local group after Parliament had approved the original consortium of the three companies? The question is, where did they come from? We also know TBK on their own were part in another group of consortium seeking to also bid for the concession until their disqualification. The only company, my fellow Ghanaians, the only company that was disqualified was the Chinese company, BXC. My fellow Ghanaians, there's something you people have to understand. TBK is Sickens and his brother Michael Chum. They were brought into the deal to handle the interest of the president and his family. This explains the reason why he, Sickens, was made a director under PDS even though he did not know a hoot about energy. Sickens was made director on the board of PDS. Is he an energy expert? I'm just asking. Does he even have any power investment experience? Now let's talk about Energia. Ricardo, the founder of Energia, happened to be a friend to a family after he was introduced to by another common friend. Phillip Ayensu brought Ricardo into the transaction primarily to be the financial lead of the books of Meda. This was so because Miracle, who we all knew was the financial and technical lead, never played any financial role throughout the transaction process. Our source confirmed that even plane tickets for core team of Miracle during the concession process were all prepaid for by Zoom Lion. And we have documents to that. And as the weeks unfold, I'm going to show Ghanaians all these documents. With all due respect, my fellow Ghanaians, the fact is Miracle committed fraud even before the insurance became an issue. In fact, based on documents that I have personally cited, Miracle, instead of being an investment partner, they were merely acting as technical partners and being paid as such. That being the case, then Miracle had deceived the people of Ghana. They have submitted their documents to MEDA as financial and technical lead, but it turns out that they really acted as technical partners who did not bring any money. So the question is, who owned the 49% that Ghanaians had been led to believe otherwise? I am asking President Akufo Addo, I'm asking Gabby Otchere, asking Ken Oforiata and Kelly Gajepo. Now that we all have an idea of the crime, the family, when I say the family or the center, the president likes to call it the center. Gabby also likes to call the family the center, have committed. I am going to play a snippet of telephone conversation between Gabby Otchere, Phillip Ayensu, and Edward Akufo Addo, who is also called Bumpty. This conversation was recorded from the WhatsApp group called Thriller in Manila. My fellow Ghanaians, I'm going to play just the Ayensu part. I have a reason for that. On Thursday, I'll be playing the full tape on Loud Silence Radio, 3 p.m. Ghana time. I'll expose this Gabby Otchere guy. I'll expose the president. I will expose Bumpty, and I'll expose the whole criminal family gang that tried to steal from us Ghanaians. On Thursday, we're going to delve deep. On Thursday, I'm going to play the whole tape. Gabby's conversation, Ayensu's conversation, and Bumpty's conversation. You can go online and download our app, Loud Silence Radio app. You can follow us or subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, with all due respect. My fellow Ghanaians, let's listen to the response Ayensu gave to Gabby when he tried to force Ayensu, when Gabby tried to force Ayensu to give away his shares in the PDS deal. You remember, this same Gabby guy said he never discussed PDS and he does not involve himself in any government deal. Let's listen to Phillip Ayensu's response.
You can't go below 40.
No, sir.
At all.
Yes, sir. Gabby, you see, we've come far.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah. No, I can't go below the 40.
My fellow Ghanaians, that was the Thriller in Manila conversation. This is just a piece of it. I have the full tape, which I'll be playing on Thursday. Thursday, you have to download the Loud Silence Radio app. you have to subscribe to our YouTube, Loud Silence Radio and TV network. You can follow us on Facebook with All Due Respect page. On Thursday, I'll be playing the full tape, what Gabby said, what Ayensu said, and what Bamti, Edward Akufo, the president's brother, said. I have told you, I am just a messenger who does not have a Bible or a Quran in his hand, a messenger who is ready and willing and very, very much confident in speaking the truth. My name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor, and this is With All Due Respect.